My name is Stacey Payne, and I am a Safety and Occupational Health Specialist for the Buffalo District. My responsibilities are to ensure that the hierarchy of controls are established for our employees so that they can have a safe workday. Those hierarchies of controls may be eliminating the hazard, substituting the hazard, engineering it out by building something that can keep them safer in their job. And then we have some admin controls. Sometimes that's a work rest cycle for the employee so that they're not fatigued or overheated in the summer heat. And then as our last resort, we use PPE for that employee, make sure that they have all of the things that they need to protect themselves. We continually improve our processes by doing annual reviews. That includes working with our ground people. Our workers are on the ground floor. We collaborate with our executive officers to ensure that we're meeting all of the goals for USACE. But mostly it's a collaboration, teaching, a coaching, and mentoring of the employees to make sure that they understand the hazards of their jobs. And we have what we call a living document of their activity hazard analysis. When they need to revise that because of a process that they see is not working for them, we revise that document to make sure that they understand what the risks are. Oh, a million reasons. Mostly because of the people. For me personally, I don't ever want to see any of our employees go home hurt with an occupational illness that maybe they'll not recover from in years, to come for them. I want to make sure that they get back to their families. A lot of times if an employee gets injured on the job, it's costly, and it's costly for their families. There's a lot of times that families can't recover because of a costly injury to the employee. And so for me, it's making sure that that person comes in the same, or leaves the same way as they come in every day. In any organization, it's the safety culture. People have to buy into their safety program. They have to own it and personally own it and take pride in that culture. I think in any industry, any company, that's the biggest challenge. We can purchase things, we can build things for them, we can educate them, teach, mentor them, but it's them owning their own process. It's their process, and you have to get them to buy into that and truly own that while they're at work. So safety culture is the largest challenge, I think, for anybody. So CSOMS is the Corps of Engineers Safety and Occupational Health Management System. It's an acronym for a system. It is a system that we already own. It's already in place within the Corps of Engineers. However, it's a more fine-tuned system to ensure that we're not accepting risks that are too costly, too hazardous to the employees. It's a training tool. It's a whole system of safety that we are bringing into our business practices and our way of life for the workers. Near misses are the biggest training tool that we have to mitigate and prevent injuries. We document the near miss. We investigate the near miss. What are things that we could have done differently? Are we missing a control? And then we collaborate with the folks that were there. We gather all of that information, and then we implement controls or give suggestions of how we can better that process so nothing happens to an employee. A near miss is something that hasn't happened to a worker or a mechanical device or a piece of machinery, but it could have potentially hurt somebody, broke a system, damaged equipment, which can be costly to everybody. So many goals for the next 2 years. I think it's getting people to own their safety program, that culture, that safety culture, to collaborate with people, find new ways of doing things, engineering out some of our greatest risks and hazards to employees. I just am excited to collaborate and get brainstorming ideas of how we can better our program. Makes me feel proud of the workers, proud of them understanding the hazards of their jobs and taking that seriously, and just makes me feel proud of them. And it makes me feel good knowing that we have controls and policies and programs in place that effectively work so that those folks don't get injured on the job.